Yo.
What's going on, my guy?
How you doing, brother?
Chilling like a villain. How about yourself?
Real good, real good. Yeah. It's good to be back. Another episode, 90. What are we on? What is it?
So 99.
99? Oh my god, the inevitable 100 is next up. Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's been a absolutely insane year. Just even say that we've been approaching this milestone now. It's absolutely amazing.
I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm amazed we got to 100 episodes. I mean, I figured 100 episodes takes at least a full year and a half, maybe,
Yeah,
but no, it's been moving, been good. But yeah.
no, I mean, hey, we shot 100 episodes and probably a shade in like the 250 day, 275-ish day range.
Yeah, I think we started mid-August probably. I know our second
Yeah.
or third episode was 8/24 because we were honoring Kobe that day.
hmm
But yeah, that was speaking of which I got stuff to dive into there. But crazy stuff's been going on. Before we dive in, what you been up to? You been good?
Oh man, working. So if anybody watched last episode, I kind of just became manager.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, man, working. Finally got an assistant manager today after a month. So I mean, that basically me and my girlfriend moved into the new apartment, so that's great. Um, Nothing else really, man. Just really just getting the whole of things, making sure that I'm well off in the whole gist of working in a new role, new spot, uh, at a new store, but at an old store as well. Because I worked when I first started with the company, I was there. So
Yeah.
at that store, so being with at the same store I'm familiar with, but now in a different role and whole new staff. Like the turnover rate now at the Sherwin is crazy. So just trying to keep everything afloat, keep everything aboard. But no, everything's been great. How you been doing?
Good. Yeah, it's good to hear everything's been going well, smooth. Things been going well too. First episode where both of us are now legal to drink in the United States of
Yes,
America, so that
sir.
that is cool. That is dope. Birthday celebration was fun. Was a little crazy. I remember the whole night, which was good. So that's a good thing. A lot of people don't remember, and they're just told stories of the next day. But I didn't go that didn't get to that point, so that was good. But I had to go to this alcohol class the next morning for Surge. You have to like get certified in order to be a server. You have to be certified that you know the legal limit and when not to overserve. Blah 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 blah.
hmm
So I had to do that at 9 a.m. the next morning because we had a basketball game at night, so I couldn't do the night class. So I had to get up at like 8:30, go in bed at like 5 in the morning that day, and I literally just got dragged to the class by my two friends who also had to take it with me. So if it was for them, I was definitely going to be missing that class. But fortunately, it went smooth, and I felt a little bit better by the afternoon. But it was all good. It's been good. Excited. Get this, the first place I went to get a drink, they didn't ID me. Second place I went to, they also didn't ID me. Like
Yeah,
after
no,
like
that's
four
that's
players.
generally that's generally what it is, bro. Like I went out. Me and my girlfriend, her brother, and his girlfriend went out this one weekend for his birthday. Walked in the place. They checked nobody for IDs. Four people. I mean, of course, we look grown, but in the day now, I feel like a lot of kids are grown nowadays. But
Oh my god.
like, they didn't even look at. They no IDs, no nothing. Everything was smooth. So yeah, that's kind of the thing about it. It's like when you turn 21, and then you're like, okay, I'm 21. I'm ready to pull this ID out, and you go in there ready to be like, yeah, I'm about to,
Like
you know, you got to play
I
it off
dare you
like,
to ask
yeah,
me. Come on. I dare
right,
you to ask me.
exactly,
Come
exactly.
on.
Ask me, ask me, ask me, and then that's why they don't ask you.
You
You
won't.
like,
You won't.
right, exactly. And you just like when they don't ask you, like, ooh, all right, so I could have did this the whole time, but
I don't even want the. Dang, I don't even want the drink now. You can have it.
right, exactly, yeah, yeah, I did it just so I can show you that I'm 21, and I just turned 21, so I should be getting a post graduation, a post birthday or something like happy belated birthday or something.
Yeah. Like I did wish me happy birthday today. I went to dinner today and I got a drink and he said, "Oh, happy birthday!" I said, "Thanks," which was funny
Yeah, that's
because
dope. That's dope.
yeah, I guess that still counts. But birthday celebrations are still going on. Mama's birthday is tomorrow, so
Hey,
happy early
happy.
birthday to Mama Glenn.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Definitely happy birthday to Mama Gwen.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
Well, it's still kind of, you had my money on mine. But anyway. Diving in here, we're going to make a nice smooth episode for y'all. Jay, I got a jersey reveal for both sports, so you pick the sport and I'll go get it for you and we'll dive in.
Let's go. Let's go some NHL news. People have some NHL news. Team USA jersey with the C on it. Okay. That's nice. That is nice.
Mike Aruzaroni, dude.
Bro,
1980 USA.
I just told everybody that was Mike Aruzaroni too, and they were like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna play this back and be like, yeah, Jay definitely said Mike Aruzaroni right before you had right before you said it.
I'm on the show.
Yes, sir. The show shenanigans. I got to tell them I'm on the show. Yes. Like, got to see it. You like to see it. Hey, Sister Glenn.
Oh, we also missed it. I got the world's worst haircut in the process too.
Yeah, you look like you just did like 7 years deep in the military.
Bro, I look like Peyton Manning late in his career.
Exactly. Like you had a bigger forehead, people will think you're Peyton.
Legit.
If you yell out Omaha, everybody's gonna be like, "That's Peyton."
I literally I never wear hats out, but I've been wearing them like crazy just to cover up this half burr haircut that she gave me. In fact, I can't even.
Yeah. He definitely doesn't like Peyton Manning. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but he would like Peyton.
Like, it's awful, dude. I've never been so pissed off with a haircut in my life.
Bro, listen, being a young black man who have hair on his head, the worst thing you can do is get a bad taper. And for some odd reason, a lot of my haircuts are bad taper. And like, you think what you got is bad? Imagine having a bad taper where like on this side it's like angled, and like on the other side it's like regular, and then you're just like, what am I supposed? It's like imagine back at the high school, right? When like the cheerleaders got like the little bull horns they yell out of. The small end is one side, and the big end is like the other side of your tape up, and that's like what it's looking like. It's like that to that. And like my last haircut, like my barber pushed it like back, like my line back here, like it's horrible.
Well,
so
you definitely, that is worse than what my cut is, because I can at least cover this if I wet my hair down and it goes down and I'll cover it. But you have so many more options that you can use. Like I literally have the mullet and just a burr haircut. Those are the two options I got. Nothing else really comes up. So it's really just like two simple options. Fortunately, although your worst is like your better is better than my better. Your best is better than my better, but your worst is worse than my worst. So
no, I mean, like I said, it's just a simple like having a bad tape up is like the worst. You can rock the uneven haircut, but not a bad tape up.
Enlighten me. What exactly is a bad and a good? What is even a good tape up?
Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys. Don't judge. You see, like how on this, it's horrible. This is like right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
On this side, it's like way over here. Like that is what you deem horrible. Like, oh yeah, man, we just going through it,
bro. We're called episode 99, the bad haircut episode.
Mm-hmm.
This is we're really showing a lot of our forehead today. All right.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said, that's like when you look at it, that's what's like. It's just like how it's like all you're doing, especially with a tape up. It's like I boiled it down to a science. All you're doing is drawing a straight line. It's just straight line, curl. That's it. That's literally it. Like it's like matter of fact, I think my next barber is going to be an artist. They're going to be able to draw. They're going to be able to paint. Because it's like those are the only ones who can draw straight lines.
Yeah. You gotta have perfection. Can't be messing up. Can't be messing up the masterpieces over
here. Yeah, I mean, hey, but luckily we're men. We'll prevail. Yeah, I'll much rather have a bad haircut than like go through like all this. Imagine all the females in the world who gotta like do their hair and stuff like that in the morning. Like, at the end of the day, I don't want to do that.
Yeah. At the end of the day,
I pay like
$25.
Yeah, it's like between $15 $30. So hey, I got to thug it out for the next 2-3 weeks, but it is what it is. Especially when all you do is go to work all day. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not getting paid to. I'm not
Yeah.
getting
Right.
paid for
Like
looks at my job. I'm getting paid for
no.
all verbal stuff and
Yeah.
work,
I'm getting paid production.
physical labor. So
Right. Yeah. If I get paid for looks, then yeah, we're in trouble. But
if I got
yeah,
paid for
definitely.
my looks, I'd be dead broke. Fuck.
Yeah, I'll be too. But yeah,
Well,
that's
since you mentioned hockey, we'll start with the Michael Ruzzaroni jersey, which was only $35 on Amazon. But can't wait to show you what else I got. Kick us off. You're going. Actually, I'll kick you off since it's your team and your Vegas Golden Knights are now 2 wins away from being Stanley Cup champions. I've been cheering hockey since I was 4 years old, a little kid, and none of my teams I picked have won the Stanley Cup. Jay's going to cheer for 1 year, pick a team, and they're going to win the Stanley Cup. How on God's green earth? Can you explain to me how this is fair?
hold on, wait before we start.
Got to put them on, of course.
I mean, what can I say? I've been born a hockey guy. I've always been a hockey guy. I mean, just understanding the sport and how, the impact of the sport, understanding the field. Like I said, when you look at how the Golden Knights ended last season and then what they did this offseason, getting a new coach. Oh, he left. He wasn't. Oh, yeah, anyways, getting a new coach, whole new, just new coach, man. What else could you ask for?
A new coach will do it at the end of the day.
That's all it is. I mean, again, we had some guys who were unhealthy starting the season out, got injured, mid season surgery. Well, not surgery, but missed some time mid season. Came back, a little bit of time spare for the postseason. We're off to the races. I wear a size large in jerseys, so whenever you got to give me that jersey, just so I wear a size large. I haven't decided which player our jersey I want yet.
But I got a surprise for you. Don't worry.
Of course, they're going to be Vegas Golden Knights. Please don't bring like no Panther jersey because
I won't do it.
Yeah, but I mean,
why would I buy the team of the jersey that eliminated my team?
Yeah, hey, yeah, they did eliminate your team, didn't they?
Yeah. 4 games.
Yeah, no, we don't. I don't have those problems. But yeah.
You look like Stevie Wonder right now, the way you're staring off into space. At least look at the camera, too.
Nope. I mean, I gotta look around because it's like, what else are we supposed to do? Like, what else? Like, what else did you thought I was gonna get the pick wrong? No, not at all.
And he's gonna win the NHL bracket.
I mean, it's just whenever you're a Chargers fan, and you see how we ended this season, being up by like 1 million points at half, just to lose the game we were up 1,000 points on when the quarterback first time ever playing in the playoffs threw 3 interceptions, and we lose that game.
I don't know how that was physically possible.
Yeah, it's not. But at the end of the day, it's like we get that wrong just to get hockey right. First time ever betting hockey. So I mean not betting, but you know what I mean.
I wish you bet it. Jeez.
Yeah, I should have. I mean, hey, I didn't want to drip the sauce all over the place. I didn't want to drip the sauce through the kitchen. So I had to carry the pot to the other table, and that's what I did.
You didn't want to drip the sauce through the kitchen, and you carried the pot to the other. I gotta write that one down. That one's I gotta remember that one.
On
Did
the
not
fly.
want to drip the sauce on the fly, off the dome. King of analogies over here. Jesus.
Yeah, you know what I do. But yeah, man. So no, in all seriousness though, honestly, like I would love to sit here. Even in my bracket, I didn't even have the golden. I didn't even have it winning. I was like, okay, we'll definitely advance, get far, but next year definitely be a year for us to compete. So I'm thinking of it around like basketball terms, like, you got a team who's good, but they come in the playoffs, make some noise or whatever, of course, because they're just good, and they get eliminated, but it's like one of those good season type of things. It's a good season, so it's not like a bad season. I was expecting us to do that. But, I mean, we're obviously taking the hinges off the door this season by being in the finals. So, huge shouts out to us. I mean, even me I try to be a realist fan. I don't want to be I don't want to be a Cowboys fan. I think every year is our year. So, I mean, again, even though I'm happy about the new coach, to be very honest, like I said, I thought that we just have we have a good season, of course, competing in our division. But I mean, outside of that, Just thought that we'd be I know I wouldn't say just a regular team, but in the day it's like thought we'd just be a good team in the playoffs, have a good, win around, maybe two, but probably after the second round, get into like the conference finals and probably, lose to a well deserving team. And then we'll gear up next year.
Well, fortunately for you, that prediction didn't come exactly true. So you got your guys in the Stanley Cup, and are 2 wins away from me having to make a purchase on the jersey. So,
Man,
and don't worry, I'm gonna make it work. Real quick though, what is your favorite number?
my favorite number?
Yeah,
0.
zero,
0 or 7. One of those.
0 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
Huh, should work with that. All right, but although you always pick 77 when we play basketball, so
That
maybe
too.
yeah,
0, 77, 33.
you like the double numbers
Mm-hmm.
because of your guy. But yeah, Vegas Golden Knights right now, as we mentioned, 2 wins away. They find themselves up 2-0 going back to Florida. They are, after taking game one and a nail biter, they absolutely dominated, running Sergei Bobrovsky out the net, scoring 4 early goals, and just dominating the rest of the way, finishing the game 7-2, and just taking care of business on home ice. Florida, though, been a very pesky team, have found themselves down multiple times in this season, so they're definitely on the verge of going to be able to come back and take care of business, hopefully, for them. But Vegas is tough. They've dominated those first 2 games, did what they're supposed to, and, Florida finds themselves, in a tough spot, but they were in a very similar spot against the one ranked team of all time, and wasn't an issue. So we're all set. But as we mentioned in the Eastern Conference Final, the Vegas Knights took care of business of the Dallas Stars in 6 games, and the Florida Panthers took down by Carolina Hurricanes in 4 games. So the curse of the Glen continues. I've yet to win a title in this year, 2023, although I've been very close in many areas. But let's hope the Phillies can make a turnaround, even though they've been playing mid at best this year. So, but yeah, that's all for the NHL. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of craziness. Jay, what's your biggest takeaway though from the first 2 games for Vegas?
Just the simple fact that we came out in the first 2 games, took care of business. Obviously, in the series, both teams deserving to be there. So it's you probably most of the time in the finals, for the most part, you're going to split. But just in general, being able to take care of games 1 and 2, being halfway there to win the whole thing, coming out taking that early lead, it's almost like how I like to see stuff like that. It's like the kid who does the homework on time and like before it's due. And that's personally how I see how the Golden Knights took this series. They went ahead early, took care of some business, so that while all the rest of the kids in the classroom are doing work or having to study, they got a great grasp on this on the series. So like I say, yeah. So just the fact that we came out early, aggressive, took care of business, and now, like I said, we afforded to be 2 wins away, while the Hurricanes are 4.
Hurricanes are a lot further than 4 wins.
Yeah, no, Hurricanes your team. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, it's okay.
I just wanted to say that.
Team USA.
Yeah, no, but no, the Florida Panthers, of course, 4. I just wanted to troll for a tad bit. It honestly though, I remember back in like when I was younger, trolling was like way more of a thing. Now it's like I don't know. It's not.
Word trolling.
Yeah, it's not really a thing anymore.
I heard that was really popular in the 90s, right?
I mean, it probably was, but just the simple fact that nowadays you got guys like Joel Embiid being it. Oh yeah, I would know, but Joel Embiid having like on his Twitter handle like Joel trolling Embiid or something crazy like that. So it's like I don't really know, but yeah, no, again,
great. Joel Embiid is great at trolling. Winning in the second round, no, but trolling, yeah, he's great.
Hey, man,
and that MVP should have gone to Jokic. So bad.
What I'm saying. What I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But no, yeah, again, yeah, we definitely, yeah. Speaking of Jokic, we better get into it. But like you said again, we afforded ourselves to be 2 games under, 2 games down. So That's all we can ask for. Now we're going to get the jersey switch.
If you
Got to
think you
get the
like this
jersey
one, you're gonna
switch.
love the next one.
Got to get the jersey. If he pulls out a Jokic jersey, I might lose my mind. If he pulls out a Jokic jersey, I might lose my mind. Who's going to pull out a Jokic jersey? What do you pull out a Philly jersey, a Joel Embiid? That'll be absolutely insane. Salute, salute to the late great Kobe.
I don't think I've ever sprinted as fast in my entire life as I did to run to get this shirt at the thrift store. I'm turning the corner, just shopping, killing time, and I see a USA jersey. I'm like, huh? Sprint, turn around. It says Kobe. I couldn't
Oh
buy
yeah,
it. I couldn't buy something faster.
yeah, no, yeah, definitely. I would have did the same thing. I would hold on to that for a very long time.
You told me, yeah.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe somebody gave it away.
yeah, I wouldn't either. I don't. I feel like you should not give that. You should not. That should not be in stores, especially on shelves.
No, should be sold out in every
Right.
aspect. And I was surprised. The fact that I was able to get it. It was nice. It was very, very nice. And it helps us lead to our new conversation, which is the NBA, featuring the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat, led by Joker himself
Big
and
Yoke,
Himmy Butler.
Mr. Butler, man. Yes, sir.
Filthy Joker.
No. Yes, sir. So just a quick recap. Game one, the Nuggets did what almost everybody thought they would. Took care of business in their game in game one. Came out playing great, and Jokic obviously looking like Jokic. Jamal Murray looking good. The role players are looking pretty solid. Um, However, Miami, which was kind of glaring, um, what was it? Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and I think Duncan Robinson combined for like two of like 23, two of 25. So again, obviously, when guys who were key contributors in your previous series against Boston come up and play that way in game two, from as far as scoring the basketball, you're gonna lose. And I mean, again, Nuggets are the better well rounded team anyway. So I mean, in the day they lost. So however, going into game two, which is what the game previously happened, the Nuggets had a 18-point lead. I believe at one point it was like a 33-6 run. And the Miami Heat, one thing about that team that you can't question, they are very, very resilient team, very resilient squad. So they bounced back, put it down to 8. I seen a stat earlier today, forgot where I seen it from. But it's like Miami's like 4-7 when trailing by 8 in the fourth quarter. And the rest of the league was like 0 and like 42. I forgot at what point was it at 8, was it on 8 points, but Miami basically you got a 60-70% chance of beating Miami whenever you're up that by 8. They showed up big, played very big. Duncan Robinson fourth quarter started off with like 10 major points. And he evolutionized his game, got better more than he was shooting the ball of course, but he also taking guys to the rim, mean
He
mugging
got me
guys.
2 and 1s.
Oh yeah, definitely. So I mean, he played absolutely well, sensational. Gabe Vincent is, from what I can see, played himself into a well deserving extension during the summer. He's played great these past 2 games. He's also the leading 3-point scorer. He made 9 3-pointers in these 2 games, most out of both teams on both sides. Um, Obviously Jimmy being Jimmy was consistent, resilient that they are, and Nuggets fall. So Glenn, before I get to rambling on about it, what's your thoughts? Games one, two, uh, before we give our predictions and our what to look out for is in game three.
I'm going with. I'm gonna start with this. Game two actually, because it's weird. Nikola Jokic scoring 40 plus points in another loss. The Nuggets find themselves being 0-3 in games where Jokic scores 40 or more, which is strange. But I guess when you're a player like Jokic and your role is so emphasized on facilitating, maybe that's the way it is. Threes are better than two, and he has a lot of assists on threes. I don't know the reason behind that, but yeah, I think that's a little strange, and I found that fascinating that they're 0-3. And even the night he scored like 53 points against Phoenix, they still lost two. So that's amazing. Miami, I'm telling you, dude, they're gonna be tough. Denver is, if you look on paper, Denver's the better team, but Miami has a better depth, and they got more resilience. Honestly, I mean, I know Denver's been through a lot, and they're battle tested, and injuries to Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter, and their extra motivators, and you got Jokic, just his life being motivation, and coming up, winning back-to-back MVPs, and having that finals would really emphasize his legacy already. But I think that it's really, really, and it's a job well done by Miami just to take care of business, and even going down 1-0 in that game, which it kind of was sealed throughout the game. Denver led for the majority of it. I know Miami had a little bit of a run, but Denver then again elapsed it to take game one. And so I think that they really bounced back and then put their heads down and just noticed, they're supposed to win at least one game at home, flat out. That's the way it goes. Your goal when you're the road team, especially an underdog road team, is to go and take one game. That's it. You're not supposed to be up 2-0. You're supposed to be 1-1. And even if you're down 2-0, that's never the end of the world. They won their 2 home games. Now you're supposed to go home and win your 2 home games. So, but they stepped up and they came back, and even down, you mentioned 15, 18 points at one point, and they came all the way back and got the job done. So they got great role players, and it's not even like they need Jimmy to go off for 50 points to get the dub. Jimmy does his thing. I mean, like Duncan Robinson starting the fourth quarter, bang, 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 10 points, taking care of business, contributing on all aspects. Max Strus, literally non-existent in game 1, 0 for 10. How does he start game 2? Boom, 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 4 for 4 from 3.
4 for 4, yeah.
I mean, he flat out. These guys have the shortest memories in the world, and if you want to win a championship, your memory has to be like that. You can't forget. You got to forget, move on, keep playing. Just every game is a new game. Try to go 1-0, flat out.
No, yeah, I mean, you bring up a lot of almost everything you said, Miles, spot on. A couple things, real quick on the Heat, then I'm gonna go to the Nuggets side of things. When you look at what the Heat do, and again, their intangibles are off the charts. Again, how we mentioned earlier, their resiliency, but just their mindset of, we're underdogs, so we're not supposed to be here anyway. First and foremost, however, what we did to get here, we're going to show that on a consistent basis in every aspect. People remember game in Series 1, but obviously a huge contributor to what Miami do is Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero obviously didn't play. Most teams in that situation where you're losing your third, fourth best star, best player on your team. I mean, most teams crumble under that kind of magnitude and share on the spotlight. But they got guys that just step up and say, you know what, this is the culture. Many people obviously one of the most popular phrases, key culture. But this is one that's in my eyes not clichéable. I feel like it's very true. Like I feel like when you look at what Miami represents and what they've been doing over the years, these guys who they get are undrafted, not coming in with egos, not coming in feeling like they're the man, not the best player on the AAU team, not the top player at this high school, not top prospect. These are just basketball players who are willing to come in and work hard and hit the ground running day one. And they surrounded the basketball organization with those type of guys. But they also got an excellent, I don't care what anybody says, as far as being a leader in this league goes on the court, I genuinely feel like Jimmy Butler is at the top of the list, and that's where the list starts with Jimmy Butler. Because like I said, when you look at what he represents hard work, he represents tenacity, he represents getting to it, he represents no nonsense. And that's perfect in Miami. We all know what Eric Spoelstra, again, what he's accomplished over the years, being competitive, competing with the teams that he has. And then we also look upstairs at Pat Riley, seeing those championships he won before with Lakers, obviously as head coach, having, Kobe, Shaq, the D-Wade, Warning, like those guys. So, again, he's a no-nonsense guy, too. So I feel like what they do in Miami is like very, very. If any, I feel like if any kid wants to watch a team play basketball, and like just if I had to send my child to a basketball camp of a city of like to watch an actual NBA team, it'd be Miami. But a couple of things you mentioned, Nugget, the Jokic, right? So one thing that's very interesting to me is how you mentioned he had 41 points. They lost. He had 53 points in one game. They lost. I feel like if I'm Miami, I'm keeping, even though Spoelstra turned it down, that wasn't the plan, but I'm genuinely allowing him to score and do whatever he needs because what that does is if he's scoring all game, if he's the only one scoring, that's taking first and foremost that's taking away what the Nuggets best player does at his best, which is he's the great facilitator. He's a pass first guy. So if you make him use his second option, which is scoring a basketball, you're taking his most effective option out of the game. And outside of that, what it also does is that for the rest of the team, the Jamal Murrays, the Caldwell Popes, the Bruce Browns, Aaron Gordons, Michael Porter Juniors, if Jokic has the ball in his hand, I think his usage rate is like 45%. If Jokic has the ball in his hand 45% of the time, nearly half the time that Nuggets have the ball, then he's not passing it to those guys are less motivated to play defense. Those guys aren't seeing shots go in. So whenever they do get a shot, it's not like they can catch a good rhythm. So I feel like when if the game plan is going to
Literally
be
was just about to say that.
yeah, so it's like whenever the game plan if the game plan is going to be if you're going to beat the Nuggets, because if you look at all the other series, whenever Jokic has double digit assist games, they're damn near unbeatable. You can't beat them. And not only that, but coupled with Jamal Murray going off the way he did against the Suns, going off against the Lakers in those two games to start the series. I mean, if you know those are the games that they win. But what are the game? What game did they lose when Jokic dropped 53 against the Suns and lost? So I mean, I feel like that's gonna have to be the blueprint. And he only had 4 assists in their previous game in game two. So if you're gonna take away his strength, you take away his strength by saying, hey, look, you're obviously a great player, phenomenal player. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take away what you like to do best. Kind of use the Bill Belichick approach. We're going to take away what you like to do best. You can have everything else. We can afford, you scoring the basketball. What we can't afford you doing is passing, getting all the other guys involved, and those guys catching rhythm. So, like I said, I feel like whenever you look at
Threes are better than two.
right, and then what also helped Miami, two other things that always helped Miami, they decided to go and put Jimmy Butler on Jamal Murray, and that obviously showed to have an impact. And they also late in the game they ran a zone, and the zone showing it so late, when the Nuggets are feeling like okay, boom, and they also I think they showed it like a couple times throughout, but they really showed it late. So it's like given that they showing it late, it's like late in the game, this is the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is all about, grit grinding it out. And you sit there and now you're showing me a zone when you've been showing me man all day. It does throw a little wrinkle in it. A little wrinkle in the things. So like I say, that coupled with Michael Porter Jr. only giving you 5 points, that coupled with I think he had 5 or something like that. I think KCP only gave you like 7. That's not gonna if you can cut off the auxiliary pieces, which is the role player or the guys who got a set role in the offense. If you cut those guys off and just leave the star left alone just to be the star, then I mean you're gonna be in pretty good shape. And I feel like Miami is the perfect team to do that because again they got a lot of guys who I feel like every one of their guys genuinely buy in. I mean again Pat Riley at the top, Eric Spoelstra at one end of the bench, and you got Udonis Haslem at the other end of the bench. You got Jimmy Butler leading the team. You got veteran presence on the bench like Kyle Lowry. You got a lot of young, hungry guys who deserve spots in this league. So, with all that being said, it's like if any team is going to take that buy-in, take that messaging, it's going to be Miami Heat. Like I said again, they showed you game 2 how to get a victory against this Denver Nuggets team. I believe if they stick to the same mindset, the same philosophy, they end up being successful in game 3.
Completely agree. And I think that what you mentioned, how, there's times where Jokic, even when they let him score and he goes off for 41 points, that he can find those guys. But if they miss, one time, it's not like next possession they can go down and they get in his rhythm and knock it down that time. You just can't, and you're going wild in between shots, and that sometimes getting these guys' heads and be like, oh, I just missed and I haven't made one all night.
Mm-hmm.
So I completely agree. And I think that's a very unique strategy. Let's see how both Mike Malone and Eric Spoelstra take adjustments into Game 3. Speaking of Game 3, which happens tomorrow night at 8:30, do you have predictions for that one along with the rest of the series?
Yes, sir. No problem. So, do I have predictions? I will say this kind of like as a bold statement game, and it's not really too bold, but it's very, very bright. It's very obvious for the most part. The winner of Game 3, if you ask me, has a significant advantage for the rest of the series. It's almost I'm close to saying the winner of Game 3 is almost for sure they're going to win the series. So I mean, from Miami standpoint, they accomplished their goal, which is splitting on the road. In Denver's standpoint, right now, obviously opposite of Miami, accomplishing their goal, they failed because they allowed them to slip away from home court. So I mean, um, who I got winning, I got I got Miami in Game 3. I feel like what Miami's going to do again. Their game plan. I feel like if they could stick with it, I wouldn't show it too early. You know, I wouldn't try to like come out and just because one thing about great players, whenever you make adjustments, they're gonna make adjustments right on top of it. So I would kind of like try to play mind games with it. But I mean, looking at it, Jimmy Butler has yet to have like a prolific scoring game that we know he's capable of. Bam, I feel like Bam's playing good ball right now. Strus is going to do nothing but make shots. Gabe Vincent is going to do nothing but make some plays. So if Miami can bottle up Jamal Murray, and that is the key. If they can continuously bottle up Jamal, make sure he's not a factor. You cannot let Jokic get 35, and then Jamal Murray is on the top of him with like 30. If those two guys combine for 70, 65 points, then you're in the dog show. Now they did both combine for like 60 something, but that's because obviously Jokic had like 41. And I think Jamal had like 19, something like that, 19, 20 maybe. So again, that's my take. I know it's it's not a favorable pick, but looking at what Miami does this postseason at home, think they lost. They maybe only have two losses at home. I think in this postseason, one of them was to Boston. I know, but yeah, I think it was it one? Yeah, it was. I know. Yeah, they had one to Boston. Two to Boston. They had two to Boston because of that last game for game
They had two
six. Yeah,
elimination
game
games, you
six
said?
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, game six and that crazy layup by Derek White. But
What a shot.
I got Miami taking it tomorrow. I'm expecting it's gonna one of these games, of course. And if I'm Denver, I'm kind of shook because it's like in game one, the Heat can pinpoint exactly why they lost. If you're an avid Nuggets fan, just a general Nuggets fan, and you're looking at the stat sheet and you see that Jokic, the best player, had 41 points, you're like, how is it, like we didn't just straight up beat them with it was a reason they lost. Their guys played horrible. So I mean, of course you beat them, but it's like you can pinpoint that. In this loss here, I mean, outside of Jokic's, scoring, it's like, we played we played well enough to have a 33-6 run at one point in the game. So it's like, we lost that game. Being up at one point, 8 with like I think it was like 18 or something. No, 8 points in the fourth. So yeah, anyway, like I said, keep it, simple. I got Miami winning. I don't want Jimmy Butler to have like that big, like massive game yet. Because I feel like
He's gonna need it for later.
he needs to bottle that up for game 6 or 7. But I would like to see the Struces, the Vincents. I would like to see Duncan Robinson continues to play the way he's playing while putting the ball on the floor. I would like to see Bam stay aggressive. I'm not a favor of the backup center's minutes. What is his name? Zeller, I think. Yeah, I think when he came in the game, they were up, and then when he left the game, they were losing. So need to find someone else outside of him. Kevin Love being inserted in the starting lineup was huge. I like the way Kevin Love plays Aaron Gordon. But yeah, I got Miami pulling this one out, and
Pulling this game or the whole series?
oh no, this game out, the whole
Okay.
series. I would love to sit here and say I got to pick in
Yeah,
the
I'm not gonna
series,
jinx
but it's
anything up.
like, yeah, obviously I love Yo, I love Yo. It's my guy as far as a basketball player, what he represents. But again, what Jimmy Butler, Brandon Taylor represents in Miami, what Miami as the basketball team represents, it's so hard for me to pick against a team like that. It's like that. It's the underdog team. So it's like, do I want to be the one to pick against the underdog? No, they're underdogs for a reason. They've
I'm
proven
gonna.
themselves time and time again. They beat the team that many people had overwhelmingly in the first round, winning the whole thing.
Mm,
Then they beat the second team out of the East who people had winning, which is in Boston. So I mean, do I want to pick that against them? No, but I have no idea. But I do think Game 3 will be Miami's victory.
I'm gonna have to honestly agree. I don't. My one reason is because Denver hasn't been in this They haven't been tied in a series. They went 2-0. They went up 2-0, and then I'm going Denver. Something's telling me Denver. I'm
You
going
want Denver?
Denver. They're going to take care of business. Jokic is going to be able to facilitate, and I think they're going to get the job done. Because I mean, if they go down 2-1, it's a lot more. I think it's a lot more nerve wracking for them because they got to go to Game 4 on the road, and it's nerve wracking for both. But I'm gonna go. I don't think that seals up the winner because this series I think is going 7. If you ask me, but I'm gonna take the Nuggets and I have it just flip flopping. Maybe I'm flip flopping the rest of the way. Just
Okay.
Nuggets
How
Heat,
about this?
Nuggets Heat,
Matter of
and then
fact,
Game 7's up in the air.
yeah, Game 7's up there. But listen, how about this? Here's how I got it. Right. I got obviously Game 1 was the Nuggets. Game 2 was Miami. I got Game 2. I got Game 3 Miami. I got Game 4 Nuggets. I got Game 5 Nuggets. To put them up 3-2. I got Game 6 in Miami. Miami.
That's a good one.
And then Game 7, I'm lost.
Game
I
7.
don't,
Game 7s are Game 7 for a reason. That's why
right.
people always say, "Oh, the home team's got the advantage. You're supposed to just win your home games." But Game 7 doesn't count. Game 7 is anybody's game. It's up in the
Yeah.
air. It's nothing to do with home field advantage.
Game
Helps
7
a little
is,
bit,
yeah.
but
I
Game
mean,
7
Game
is up in
7
the air.
is this game. It's literally what it sounds like. Game 7. I mean, and not only that, not only just Game 7, for an NBA Finals to go 7 will be absolutely monumental.
It would be great. It would. But yeah, I can't wait. Tomorrow, 8:30. You gonna be ready watching it?
I'm gonna be here. I wish I'd be watching. I'll be at work. We're getting
Okay.
our floors. Yeah, 8:30.
Ah,
We're getting our floors redone in the store, and they come in like at night. So it's like,
you can stream it, right?
yeah, but our Wi-Fi in our store is absolutely horrible.
Ah,
So I mean, I do something. I'll figure out some way to be able to watch it or something. But yeah, I'll be making it home probably more so towards like the fourth quarter. I'll literally probably get home in the fourth quarter.
that's honestly the best case.
Yeah,
'Cause this
and that's
year,
what I need
there's
to be home for.
no game matters until the fourth quarter anyway, because everybody
Yeah,
goes
right.
down to the end. So, well, yeah. Hopefully, we'll see how our predictions go true, and we'll hop back on and reevaluate in the next couple of days.
Yes,
But
sir.
Monday's
Hey,
episode coming up. We have a surprise for y'all as far as where it's gonna be. But we're gonna make things work, and
yes, sir.
it's gonna be good. But Jay, another good one, another clean episode, quick, easy, and right to the point. Nice fishing episode, you know.
Yes,
Wasn't
sir.
doing some
Definitely.
extra stuff, some humor, some jersey swaps, some bad haircuts, a little bit of everything. So
Yeah, no, that right there,
another
that's
great episode 99, and
definitely.
next
Oh
time
no,
next time we shoot is gonna be
we're gonna be one for the books.
one one
0, yes, sir. No, definitely one for the
100.
books. Definitely one for the books. Like I said, especially if you've been rocking with us the whole time, or even just came on. Obviously we appreciate you for being able to chime in with us, listen to us or whatever. But yeah, like I said, you definitely gonna make episode 100 one for the books, and then we're gonna gear up and get ready for our next 100th run, so we can be at the 200 mark.
You know it. Yes, sir. Sounds like fun. Jay, you have a good one, my guy. I will see you later.
So peace.
Later.